She's a founder at Bettering Results. She has previously worked as an associate in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy team at Shardul, Amarchand, Mangaldas and Company. She graduated from the School of Law, UPES, Dehradun in 2020 and was also given the Star Alumni Award. Very inspiring. Let us learn more about Varsha Gupta's career journey and discuss the topic, Make the Impossible Possible. Hello. Hi there. Welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, The Guiding Voice for a Better Future. This podcast is to help professional students, IT employees, and entrepreneurs to shape their careers. If you have tuned into our podcast for the first time, you have missed a lot of wonderful stuff. But don't worry, all our previous episodes are safe and they're available on your favorite podcast listening platforms like Apple, Amazon Music, Google, JioSaavn, Spotify, so on and so forth. And not only that, our videos are also available on YouTube. Just search for The Guiding Voice and start listening. Also, if you have not rated our podcast on Apple, please provide your rating and also leave a positive review, because every rating and review will motivate us to bring in more and more useful content to you. This is your host, Naveen Samala, and I have about 18 years of rich and diverse experience in the IT industry. In every episode, either me, Sudhakar, my co-host, we interact with industry experts or thought leaders or academicians or coaches across the globe to drive some insightful conversations that will help our audience learn great things. You'll acquire more knowledge per every minute from TGV than any other podcast in this space. And that's a challenge. Also, we share an interesting trivia or a fun fact about the IT world or technology towards the end. Thank you so much for tuning in. As discussed, our today's topic is Make the Impossible Possible. And we are pleased to have Varsha part of TGV's journey in shaping the lives and careers of millions across the globe. Varsha, welcome to TGV.
First of all, I would like to thank Naveen and TGV for this opportunity. And I think it's a great initiative to bring such minds and to share their experiences on the podcast so that others can also achieve such things and also get inspired by their stories. So I think it's a great initiative and I am glad to be part of this.
Absolutely. It is a pleasure hosting the guests like you who have been making a difference to the society and who have gone that extra mile in terms of making out to stand out from the crowd. Appreciate you being part of TGV. Welcome again. So, Varsha, let's get started. I would like you to talk briefly about your career journey. Like, you have graduated last year, but you have already established a company for yourself.
Thank you so much once again. So coming from a small place, I believe that, it takes a lot of time and courage to actually think about your dreams and actually be confident about converting your dreams into reality. So for me, when I joined UPES, School of Law, and I wanted to become a corporate lawyer. Coming again, UPES School of Law is not a top national law school. So it is a private college. And for you to actually get that dream job, it again took me a lot of hard work and dedication to get that dream job at Shardul, Amarchand, Mangaldas, which was my dream job. And I worked with their insolvency and bankruptcy team for about 1.5 years. But actually, COVID took toll on me and I left that dream job and I decided to pursue entrepreneurship, which is something that I did not think of earlier. But time changed and everything changed for me. And I believe that, your dreams change as per the timings. So then I decided to quit and now I am co-founder of Bettering Results.
That's a fascinating journey, Varsha. So a few things that resonated with me are time and courage. Okay, they are going to play a very critical role. And in fact, nothing can replace hard work. So COVID made you to quit your dream job. However, you have gone that extra mile and started pursuing entrepreneurship. And this is going to play a very critical role in terms of inspiring the future generation as well. So kudos on getting into entrepreneurship. Definitely a long way to go and wish you all the very best. Now, let's talk about your venture, this Bettering Results. Can you talk a little bit about what this Bettering Results is all about?
Definitely. So since childhood, I always faced challenges in getting good education, that I did not have good schools in my hometown. And then I did not get admission into a good law school. So I always had that thing in my mind that I want to create a platform wherein I can invite experts from around the world and who can actually mentor students and graduates and make them more employable and how they can actually stand out in the crowd. So for that, Bettering Results actually conducts a lot of mentorship programs. We conduct online courses, workshops. We also go to various colleges and conduct workshops on career guidance. So, and I think this is the most important thing that is required in COVID-19 times also, wherein students are not getting access to offline education. And I think we are focusing on making that possible through the help of experts across the world.
So I think you have picked up a very noble cause in terms of creating a platform wherein you can invite experts across the globe, similar to how we are doing at TGV. And definitely it is going to be invaluable to all the participants, okay, that are part of Bettering Results. And again, wish you all the best on this venture. With that, let me quickly talk about my next topic, right? So Varsha, you have proposed a very interesting topic: make the impossible possible, right? So what is the motivation around that, and what it takes for us to move from impossible to possible?
So I believe that there is nothing in this world which is impossible. It all takes a high level of motivation and honest dreams to actually pursue what you want to do. Like for me, coming from a village, I did not know how to speak in English, and that became a hurdle in my career. So then I joined Pep Talk India, which is a coaching center in Delhi, and then I worked on my English speaking, because as a lawyer you need to have good command over English. You need not have public fear. So both of these things were hurdle in my career, and I chose to overcome them. Therefore I believe that if you want to move from impossible to possible, you need to have honest dreams. You need to do that hard work so that you can actually pursue your dreams.
Okay, that's great. I think you have overcome the fear of speaking English and now you're speaking so good English. Coming from a small town and not so famous college, but you're standing out from crowd already. And as you mentioned, probably honest dreams are going to help us achieve impossible ones and make those impossible to possible. So maybe can we also talk about the challenges other than difficulty in speaking English? What kind of challenges have you faced and how did you overcome them?
I think during my college only, we did not have good placement cell. We did not have internship opportunities in college. And for me to get that job, I had to do internships with those firms firstly, because they do not come to my college for placement. So actually getting those internships, going out of my comfort zone and making that possible was one thing that, that was a challenge, and how I overcame it. Secondly, I think now also as an entrepreneur, I face challenges on a daily basis. There are so many decisions that we as an entrepreneur take, and you have to also keep your team motivated to actually make the right decision. So I think challenges are always there, and if you have self motivation and if you have that courage to do things, you can overcome those challenges.
Wow, such a mature and profound thoughts over there. It's more about taking the decisions, okay, and at the same time inspiring the team so that everybody can work in the interest of the organization. Wonderful. So, Varsha, this has been wonderful conversation, but let's add some spice to the episode. I would like to ask you a few interesting rapid fire questions, and probably you can ask them in 2 to 3 words or maximum one phrase. Are you okay with it?
Sure. I would love to do that.
Wonderful. So let me fire the first bullet out of rapid fire. Speed or perfection? Which one would you prefer?
I believe in perfection.
Okay, good. Moving on to the next one. What is your favorite failure?
I think not being able to crack CLAT exam and not being able to get admission in top laws.
Yeah, definitely that is going to accelerate double the speed.
Right.
Wonderful. So moving on to my next question out of this rapid fire. What is your favorite movie dialogue?
मैं उड़ना चाहता हूँ, मैं दौड़ना चाहता हूँ, मैं गिरना चाहता हूँ, बस रुकना नहीं चाहता हूँ. So this is by Ranveer Kapoor and ये जवानी है दीवानी.
Wow, simply amazing. Thanks for sharing your favorite movie dialogue. With that, let me move on to the last question for the rapid fire. What is one message that you like to give to your own younger version?
I think at this young age, we can afford to do mistakes. We can afford to, try different things. Like for me, switching from this job to entrepreneurship was very difficult. But then I tried it because I think that at this age, we can try most of the things that we want to do so that we know what is best for us. So we should give that chance to ourselves at young age, and definitely we should not be afraid of taking risks.
Wow. Simply amazing. Do not be afraid to take risks. Thank you. It was an amazing rapid fire. So with that, let me flip back to the mainstream and ask you one final question for this session. So Varsha, what will be your one piece of advice to those aspiring to make big in their careers?
So I think when you want to make big in your careers, be it in your job, be it in entrepreneurship, one thing that you should keep in mind is that do everything possible to achieve that particular dream, because you will face a lot of hurdles, but you have to be positive. You need to ensure that you are doing everything to achieve that particular dream. Secondly, I think you have to upskill yourself every day, learn something new every day, because as I cannot say that I'm a corporate lawyer and so I don't know how entrepreneurship actually works. I need to learn it. If I choose this thing, I need to make sure that I inculcate all the skills which are required. So if you want to make big, you have to upskill yourself and you have to do everything possible to make it big in your career.
Wonderful, Varsha. I think those tips should definitely help the audience in terms of keeping them or getting them inspired to dream big and chase big. So it was a wonderful set of tips that you have shared. And thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great to talk about make the impossible possible. And thanks again for being part of TGV's journey in shaping the lives and careers of millions across the globe.
It was a pleasure interacting with you, and I hope this TGV podcast might be very useful for others who are viewing it. And I wish team all the best.
Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure hosting you. All right. So with that, let's move on to the trivia segment of today's episode. And folks, today's trivia is about Apple. And my question is, do you know what was sold by Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs to fund the creation of Apple's first computer? I'm sure you must be thinking, but let me tell you the answer. Scientific calculator and Volkswagen van were sold by Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs for about $500 and $800 respectively to fund the creation of Apple One. I'm sure from then they didn't have to look back, and now Apple is become the technology leader in the world, or I would say in the universe. Interesting, isn't it? Thank you so much for listening. There is more in store, folks. Stay tuned. Take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye-bye. And we are signing off for today. See you all in the next episode with another wonderful guest.